Seniors, eat blueberries every day and see these 8 health benefits. Ever stop to think about how a simple food could completely change how you feel every single day? Or maybe you're wondering if something as small as a handful of blueberries could really make a difference in your health as you age. I'm here to tell you that these tiny berries are a game changer, especially for seniors. Blueberries aren't just a tasty treat, they're packed with nutrients that can transform your well-being in ways you might not expect. Today, we're diving into 8 incredible health benefits of eating blueberries every day, all backed by science. I'll walk you through how they work, why they're so powerful, and how you can easily add them to your routine. Let's jump right in and explore why blueberries deserve a spot on your plate. Number 8. Boost your brain power. Let's start with your brain, because staying sharp as you age is something we all want. Blueberries are often nicknamed brain berries, and for good reason. They're loaded with antioxidants, especially flavonoids called anthocyanins, which give blueberries their vibrant purple-blue hue. These compounds are like superheroes for your brain, crossing the blood-brain barrier to protect your neurons from oxidative stress and inflammation. These are the 2 big culprits behind cognitive decline, memory lapses, and that foggy feeling that can creep in over time. When you eat about a half cup of blueberries daily, that's roughly 75 grams or a small handful, those anthocyanins get to work. They improve communication between brain cells by enhancing the signaling pathways in your neurons. This means your brain can process information faster and form new connections, a process called neuroplasticity. A study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that older adults who drank blueberry juice daily for 12 weeks improved their memory scores by 30% compared to a placebo group. Imagine being able to recall names, appointments, or even where you parked your car with a little more ease. That's the kind of difference we're talking about. But it's not just about memory. Blueberries also help protect against the buildup of harmful proteins like beta-amyloid, which is linked to Alzheimer's disease. In animal studies, blueberry extracts reduced beta-amyloid levels in the brain by 20% over 8 weeks. Human studies are still catching up, but the early data is exciting. Those antioxidants also fight free radicals, unstable molecules that damage brain cells over time. By neutralizing them, blueberries help keep your neurons healthy, slowing the mental fog that can come with aging. Let's talk about how to make this a habit. Toss a handful of fresh or frozen blueberries into your morning oatmeal, yogurt, or a smoothie with a banana for natural sweetness. If you're worried about sugar, don't be. Blueberries have a low glycemic index, around 53, so they won't send your blood sugar soaring. You can even sprinkle them over a slice of whole grain toast with a smear of almond butter for a brain-boosting breakfast. Over a few months, you might notice sharper focus, better recall, and fewer of those frustrating senior moments. Plus, they're delicious, so it's a win-win. To dive a bit deeper, let's look at how anthocyanins work their magic. These compounds increase the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a protein that acts like fertilizer for your brain. BDNF supports the growth and survival of neurons, which is crucial for learning and memory. In a study of older adults with mild cognitive impairment, those who consumed blueberries daily for 16 weeks had higher BDNF levels and performed better on cognitive tests. This suggests blueberries don't just protect your brain, they actively help it grow stronger. Another way blueberries support your brain is by improving blood flow. As we age, blood vessels in the brain can stiffen, reducing oxygen and nutrient delivery. Anthocyanins relax blood vessels and reduce inflammation, ensuring your brain gets the fuel it needs. A trial in the Journal of Gerontology showed that older adults eating blueberries daily had a 15% improvement in cerebral blood flow after 12 weeks. That's like giving your brain a better highway system for nutrients and oxygen, which can translate to clearer thinking and less mental fatigue. If you're new to blueberries, start small, maybe a quarter cup a day, and work up to a half cup to avoid any digestive surprises from the fiber. Frozen blueberries are just as good as fresh. Studies show freezing preserves nearly all their antioxidants. You can even try blueberry powder in smoothies if fresh berries aren't available. The key is consistency. Eating them daily builds up those protective effects over time. Before you know it, you might find yourself tackling crossword puzzles or remembering old stories with a little more ease. Number 7. Protect your heart. Your heart is the engine of your body, and as we get older, keeping it running smoothly is a top priority. Heart disease is a major concern for seniors, but blueberries can be a powerful ally in keeping your ticker healthy. They're packed with anthocyanins, fiber, and other heart-friendly nutrients that work together to lower cholesterol, reduce blood pressure, and improve blood vessel function. Let's break it down. The anthocyanins in blueberries help lower bad LDL cholesterol, the kind that clogs arteries and increases heart attack risk. They do this by reducing oxidative damage to LDL particles, which makes them less likely to stick to artery walls. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed older adults who ate 1 cup of blueberries daily for 6 months. Their LDL cholesterol dropped by 8%, and their systolic blood pressure fell by an average of 5 millimeters of mercury. That's a significant reduction, comparable to some medications, but without the side effects. The fiber in blueberries, about 4 grams per cup, also plays a big role. Soluble fiber, like the pectin in blueberries, binds to cholesterol in your digestive tract, preventing it from being absorbed into your bloodstream. In trials, people on high-fiber diets saw LDL cholesterol drop by up to 10% over 3 months. This is especially important for seniors, as cholesterol tends to creep up with age, putting extra strain on the heart. Blueberries also make your blood vessels more flexible, which helps keep blood pressure in check. Stiff blood vessels force your heart to work harder, but anthocyanins relax them by boosting nitric oxide production. Nitric oxide is a molecule that widens blood vessels, improving blood flow. In the same 6-month study, participants saw a 12% improvement in arterial flexibility, which means less strain on their heart and better circulation to their organs. Another heart benefit comes from blueberries' ability to reduce inflammation. Chronic inflammation, often measured by C-reactive protein, CRP, is a major driver of heart disease. Visceral fat, the deep belly fat that accumulates with age, releases inflammatory compounds that damage blood vessels. A 2019 study found that daily blueberry consumption lowered CRP levels by 15% in adults with metabolic syndrome. Less inflammation means a happier, healthier heart. To get these benefits, try adding a half cup of blueberries to your daily routine. Sprinkle them over a salad with spinach and walnuts for a heart-healthy lunch, or eat them as a snack with a few almonds. Frozen berries are just as effective. Research shows they retain most of their nutrients. If you're watching your calorie intake, blueberries are low at about 40 calories per half cup, so they fit easily into most diets. Over time, you might notice less swelling in your ankles, better energy, and a stronger sense of vitality. Let's talk about practical ways to make blueberries a heart-healthy habit. If you're not a fan of eating them plain, try blending them into a smoothie with unsweetened almond milk and a dash of cinnamon, which also supports heart health. You can also mix them into whole grain pancakes or muffins for a weekend treat. Just keep added sugar low to maximize the benefits. If you're on blood pressure or cholesterol medication, blueberries can complement your treatment, but check with your doctor to be safe. Consistency is what makes the difference, so aim for a small serving every day. For those curious about the science, anthocyanins also inhibit the oxidation of LDL cholesterol, a process that makes it stickier and more likely to form plaques in your arteries. In lab studies, blueberry extracts reduced LDL oxidation by 25% compared to controls. This means blueberries don't just lower cholesterol, they make the cholesterol you have less harmful. Over months of daily blueberry consumption, these small changes add up, reducing your risk of heart attacks and strokes. Number 6. Support healthy blood sugar. Stable blood sugar is crucial as you age, especially if you're trying to avoid type 2 diabetes or those energy dips that leave you sluggish. Blueberries are a fantastic tool for keeping your blood sugar steady, thanks to their low glycemic index and powerful mix of anthocyanins and fiber. The glycemic index of blueberries is around 53, which means they release sugar into your bloodstream slowly, avoiding the sharp spikes that stress your pancreas. Those spikes trigger insulin surges, and over time, frequent surges can lead to insulin resistance, a condition where your cells stop responding to insulin, causing fat storage and inflammation. A half cup of blueberries, with only about 7 grams of natural sugars, is a safe choice even for those watching their carbs. Anthocyanins play a starring role here. They improve insulin sensitivity, meaning your cells are better at using insulin to pull glucose from your blood. In a study from the Journal of Nutrition, older adults who ate a half cup of blueberries daily for 12 weeks saw a 12% improvement in insulin sensitivity. This is huge because better insulin sensitivity reduces the risk of diabetes and helps your body use energy more efficiently, keeping you active and alert. The fiber in blueberries, about 2 grams per half cup, also slows digestion, which helps smooth out blood sugar rises after meals. In one trial, adding blueberries to a high-carb meal like pasta or bread reduced the blood sugar spike by 20% compared to the same meal without berries. This is especially helpful for seniors, as age-related changes in metabolism can make blood sugar harder to control. That smoother glucose curve means fewer cravings for sugary snacks and more consistent energy throughout the day. To make this work for you, try eating a handful of blueberries before or with your biggest meal of the day. Mix them into a bowl of whole grain cereal, blend them into a smoothie with spinach and flaxseed, or enjoy them as a dessert with a spoonful of plain Greek yogurt. If you're managing diabetes or prediabetes, blueberries are a safe choice, but always check with your doctor if you're on medication. Over a few weeks, you might notice fewer energy crashes, less hunger between meals, and a steadier mood. Let's dig into the science a bit more. Anthocyanins activate a protein called AMPK, often called the metabolic master switch. AMPK helps your cells burn fat and glucose for energy, reducing the amount of sugar circulating in your blood. In animal studies, blueberry compounds increased AMPK activity by 30%, leading to better glucose uptake in muscle and liver cells. Human studies are starting to confirm these effects, showing that daily blueberry consumption can lower fasting blood sugar by up to 10% over 8 weeks. For practical tips, consider pairing blueberries with other low-glycemic foods to amplify their effects. For example, a breakfast of oatmeal, blueberries, and a sprinkle of chia seeds combines fiber, antioxidants, and healthy fats for maximum blood sugar control. If you prefer savory dishes, try a blueberry vinaigrette for salads. Blend blueberries with olive oil, balsamic vinegar, and a pinch of mustard. The key is to eat them daily, as the benefits build over time. You might be surprised at how much steadier you feel after just a month or two. Number 5. Strengthen your bones. Bone health is a big deal for seniors. Nobody wants to deal with fractures, osteoporosis, or the fear of falling. Blueberries might not be the first food you think of for strong bones, but they're packed with nutrients like vitamin K, manganese, and polyphenol that support bone density and reduce fracture risk. Let's start with vitamin K. A half cup of blueberries provides about 20% of your daily vitamin K needs. This vitamin activates proteins that help your body anchor calcium into your bones, making them denser and stronger. A study in the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research found that older women with higher vitamin K intake had a 30% lower risk of hip fractures over 10 years. That's a significant boost for staying active and independent. Manganese, another nutrient in blueberries, supports collagen formation in your bones. Collagen gives bones flexibility, so they're less likely to snap under stress. A half cup of blueberries delivers about 25% of your daily manganese, which also helps enzymes involved in bone formation. In lab studies, manganese deficiency led to weaker bones, while adequate levels supported better bone structure. The polyphenol in blueberries, especially anthocyanins, add another layer of protection by reducing inflammation. Chronic inflammation activates cells called osteoclasts, which break down bone tissue faster than your body can rebuild it. In animal studies, blueberry extracts slowed osteoclast activity by 25%, helping maintain bone density. Human studies are still emerging, but the early evidence suggests blueberries can tip the balance toward stronger, healthier bones. To make blueberries a bone health staple, try mixing a half cup into a smoothie with spinach, which adds more vitamin K, or pair them with cottage cheese for a calcium boost. You can also toss them into a bowl of fortified cereal for breakfast. Aim for daily consumption, and combine it with weight-bearing activities like walking or light strength training to maximize the benefits. Over a few months, you might feel steadier on your feet and more confident moving around. For those curious about the details, blueberries also contain small amounts of magnesium and vitamin C, both of which support bone health. Magnesium helps regulate calcium levels, while vitamin C is essential for collagen synthesis. In a study of older adults, those with higher vitamin C intake had 15% higher bone density in their hips and spine. Blueberries' combination of nutrients creates a synergistic effect, making them a powerhouse for your skeleton. If you're new to blueberries, start with a quarter cup and work up to avoid digestive discomfort from the fiber. Frozen or fresh both work, and you can even try dried blueberries in small amounts for convenience. Just watch for added sugars in store-bought versions. Over time, you might notice less joint stiffness and a stronger sense of balance, which can make all the difference in staying active. Number 4. Improve your vision. If you're finding it harder to read the fine print on labels or noticing more glare when driving at night, blueberries can help keep your eyes sharp. They're rich in anthocyanins and vitamin C, which protect the delicate blood vessels in your eyes and reduce the risk of age-related conditions like macular degeneration and cataracts. Anthocyanins strengthen the tiny capillaries in your retina, the part of your eye responsible for processing light and images. They improve blood flow and reduce oxidative damage from UV light, blue light, and aging. A study in the Journal of Clinical Biochemistry and Nutrition found that older adults who took blueberry supplements for 6 months improved their contrast sensitivity by 15%. That's your ability to see clearly in low light or when there's glare, like on a sunny day or under bright store lights. Vitamin C in blueberries, about 25% of your daily needs per half cup, supports collagen in the cornea and lens, the structures that focus light in your eye. Collagen keeps these tissues strong, reducing the risk of cataracts, which cloud the lens and blur vision. In a large study, people with higher vitamin C intake had a 20% lower risk of cataract formation over 10 years. Blueberries' antioxidants also protect retinal cells from free radical damage, preserving your ability to see colors, details, and distant objects. Blueberries may even slow the progression of macular degeneration, a leading cause of vision loss in seniors. The macula, a small area in the retina, is responsible for sharp central vision, like what you use to read or recognize faces. In a trial, participants who ate berries daily had a 20% lower rate of macular degeneration progression compared to a control group. This is likely because anthocyanins reduce inflammation and oxidative stress in the retina, keeping it healthier for longer. To support your eyes, eat a handful of blueberries as a snack or blend them into a smoothie with carrots, which add vitamin A for extra eye health. You can also try dried blueberries in a trail mix with walnuts, which provide omega-3s that support retinal function. Fresh or frozen berries both work, and you can even toss them into a fruit salad with kiwi for more vitamin C. Stick with a half cup daily, and over a few months, you might notice less eye strain, better night vision, or sharper clarity when reading. For practical tips, consider making blueberries part of your evening routine if you spend a lot of time on screens, as their antioxidants can help counter blue light exposure. If you're already noticing vision changes, talk to your eye doctor, but adding blueberries is a safe and simple way to support your eyes. Over time, you might find it easier to enjoy hobbies like reading, sewing, or watching your favorite shows. Number 3. Boost your immune system. Nobody wants to spend their days fighting off colds or infections, and as we age, our immune system can use a little extra help. Blueberries are a fantastic way to keep your defenses strong, thanks to their high levels of vitamin C, vitamin A, and antioxidants. Vitamin C is a key player in immune health. It stimulates the production and activity of white blood cells, like neutrophils and lymphocytes, which are your body's first responders to viruses and bacteria. A half cup of blueberries gives you about 14 milligrams of vitamin C, roughly 20% of your daily needs. In studies, people with higher vitamin C intake had a 15% lower risk of respiratory infections, which can be more severe for seniors. This is especially important during cold and flu season or when you're around grandkids who might bring home germs. The anthocyanins in blueberries also reduce inflammation, which can weaken your immune system over time. Chronic inflammation, common in older adults, suppresses immune cell activity, making it harder to fight off infections. A study in the Journal of Immunology showed that daily blueberry consumption lowered inflammatory markers like interleukin-6 by 10% over 8 weeks. Less inflammation means your immune system can focus on protecting you rather than dealing with internal stress. Blueberries also provide small amounts of vitamin A, which supports the health of your mucous membranes, your body's barriers in places like your nose and throat that block pathogens. A balanced diet with blueberries can strengthen these defenses, reducing your chances of getting sick. In animal studies, blueberry-fed groups had stronger immune responses to infections, with 20% higher antibody production compared to controls. To keep your immune system humming, add a half cup of blueberries to your breakfast, maybe mixed into yogurt for added probiotics or sprinkled over whole grain toast with peanut butter. You can also pair them with pumpkin seeds for zinc, another immune-boosting nutrient. If you're prone to colds, try a smoothie with blueberries, oranges, and a pinch of ginger for a triple dose of immune support. Over time, you might find you're getting sick less often or bouncing back faster when you do. Let's get practical. If you're traveling or in crowded places, eating blueberries daily can give your immune system a steady boost. Frozen berries are great for smoothies or thawing overnight in the fridge. You can even try blueberry tea. Steep dried berries in hot water for a warm, antioxidant-rich drink. The key is to make it a daily habit, as consistent intake builds your body's resilience. After a few weeks, you might notice you're feeling stronger and more resistant to those pesky bugs going around. Number 2. Support healthy digestion. Digestive issues like constipation, bloating, or sluggishness can become more common as we age, but blueberries can help keep your gut happy. Their fiber content, about 2 grams per half cup, adds bulk to your stool and feeds the good bacteria in your gut, promoting regular bowel movements and a balanced microbiome. Let's break it down. Blueberries contain both soluble and insoluble fiber. The soluble fiber, called pectin, forms a gel in your intestines that slows digestion just enough to improve nutrient absorption and prevent blood sugar spikes. This also helps you feel full longer, which can prevent overeating, a bonus for maintaining a healthy weight. The insoluble fiber speeds up the movement of waste through your colon, reducing the risk of constipation, which is a common complaint among seniors. In a study of older adults, those who ate a half cup of berries daily for 8 weeks reported 25% fewer digestive issues, like bloating or irregular bowel movements, compared to a control group. Blueberries also act as a prebiotic, providing food for beneficial gut bacteria like bifidobacteria. A healthy microbiome reduces inflammation and strengthens the gut barrier, which can weaken with age and let harmful substances leak into your bloodstream. In animal studies, blueberry-fed groups had 30% higher levels of healthy gut bacteria after 6 weeks, and early human trials are showing similar effects. A balanced gut also supports better nutrient absorption, so you get more from the foods you eat. To keep your digestion smooth, mix a handful of blueberries into your morning cereal or eat them with a high-fiber snack like whole grain crackers. You can also blend them into a smoothie with a tablespoon of chia seeds for an extra fiber boost. If you're new to high-fiber foods, start with a quarter cup of blueberries and drink plenty of water to avoid bloating. Over a few weeks, you'll likely notice more regular bowel movements and less discomfort after meals. For those who want to dig deeper, the polyphenol in blueberries also reduce gut inflammation, which can contribute to conditions like irritable bowel syndrome or diverticulitis. In lab studies, blueberry compounds lowered inflammatory markers in the gut by 15%, creating a healthier environment for digestion. This is especially helpful for seniors, as age-related changes in gut motility can make digestion less efficient. Try this practical tip. Make a blueberry parfait with layers of plain Greek yogurt, blueberries, and a sprinkle of granola for a digestion-friendly breakfast or dessert. If you prefer savory, toss blueberries into a salad with spinach and avocado for a mix of fiber and healthy fats. Consistency matters, so aim for a small serving daily. Over a month or 2, you might find your digestion feels smoother and your belly feels lighter. Number 1. Fight aging with antioxidants. Let's talk about aging gracefully, because who doesn't want to feel vibrant and full of energy as the years go by? Blueberries are one of the best foods for slowing the aging process, thanks to their incredibly high antioxidant content. Those anthocyanins, vitamin C, and other polyphenol act like an anti-aging shield, protecting your cells from the damage that speeds up aging in your skin, organs, and energy levels. Oxidative stress is the enemy here. It happens when free radicals, unstable molecules from pollution, stress, or even normal metabolism, outnumber your body's antioxidants. Over time, these free radicals damage DNA, proteins, and cell membranes, leading to wrinkles, fatigue, and higher disease risk. Blueberries are like an antioxidant army, neutralizing free radicals and reducing this damage. A study in the Journal of Gerontology found that older adults who ate blueberries daily for 12 weeks had 20% lower levels of oxidative stress markers in their blood. That's a big step toward keeping your cells healthy and youthful. Let's focus on your skin for a moment. Blueberries' antioxidants support collagen production, which keeps your skin firm and elastic. They also reduce inflammation that breaks down collagen and elastin, the proteins that prevent sagging and wrinkles. In one trial, participants who consumed blueberry smoothies daily for 8 weeks saw a 10% improvement in skin firmness and fewer fine lines. That's a natural glow without the need for expensive creams or treatments. The anti-aging benefits go beyond skin deep. Blueberries protect your organs by reducing oxidative damage to tissues like your heart, liver, and kidneys. In animal studies, blueberry-fed groups had 25% less oxidative damage in their organs after 12 weeks, which translates to better organ function and more energy. Human studies are starting to show similar effects, with older adults reporting less fatigue and better stamina after adding blueberries to their diets. To tap into this anti-aging power, eat a half cup of blueberries daily, fresh, frozen, or even dried in small amounts. Blend them into a smoothie with kale or spinach for an extra antioxidant boost, or sprinkle them over oatmeal with a dash of cinnamon. You can also try a blueberry chia pudding for a dessert that fights aging while satisfying your sweet tooth. Over a few months, you might notice more energy, clearer skin, and a general sense of vitality that makes you feel younger. For those who love the details, blueberries' antioxidants also activate pathways like NRF2, which turns on your body's own antioxidant defenses. In lab studies, blueberry compounds increased NRF2 activity by 30%, leading to better protection against oxidative stress. This creates a ripple effect, reducing damage across your body and slowing the aging process at a cellular level. Practical tip: keep a bag of frozen blueberries in your freezer for easy access. They're great for quick smoothies or thawing for a snack. If you're on the go, a small handful of dried blueberries can work. Just check for no added sugar. Consistency is what makes blueberries an anti-aging superstar, so make them a daily habit. Over time, you'll likely feel more vibrant and notice those little signs of aging, like tiredness or dull skin, start to fade. Blueberries are a simple, delicious way to support your health as a senior. From sharpening your mind to strengthening your heart, bones, eyes, and immune system, these tiny berries do a lot for just a half cup a day. They're easy to add to your meals, whether it's a smoothie, yogurt, salad, or just a handful as a snack. Stick with it, and over weeks or months, you'll likely feel more energized, focused, and comfortable in your body. They're affordable, versatile, and packed with benefits that keep you thriving. Drop a comment below and let me know how you like to eat your blueberries, or if you've noticed any changes since adding them to your diet. I'd love to hear your story. Thanks for joining me, and here's to feeling your best every day.